Afterlife.
This is kind of like Will Smith album coming out.
It came out already.
No, that's what I'm saying. But when it came out, I didn't give a fuck.
I know.
I enjoyed Lost actually.
Yeah.
But you ain't enjoy Will Smith album.
Didn't listen to it.
I listened to like 6 tracks probably.
Cause what bothered me was his promo shit that he was doing.
He was going crazy.
Slapping niggas and shit.
Yeah.
Slapping niggas was 3 years ago.
But he's still talking about it though. He literally.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it was his first opportunity too,
right.
though. For real. I mean, as far as like.
But it was like one of the freestyles, and it wasn't freestyle because it was edited. It was like a edit point in a freestyle post he did. So I'm like, I don't know. It's just that shit was corny. That shit was corny. Somebody else wrote it for him. Just like,
yeah. I wonder what he how many units he sold.
30,000. 30 units.
That shit got real quiet. Nigga said he was
Wait, didn't we have a bet? We said that.
I think so.
Yeah. So where's my phone? Let's see how many.
I don't really remember.
I don't remember the bet.
Yeah, I don't remember what I said.
Not a bet, but you know what I'm saying.
Editors.
Yeah, I might have said like 100 or something like that. I probably said 100K.
It's tough though because like as an older or aging artist, you want to try to reinvent yourself. But I think you can go too far. You can try to emulate what the youth is doing too much. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing about staying relevant. And I think we talk about them a lot. Griselda really was the perfect version of that. They reinvigorated boom bap.
Yeah,
but it wasn't how many units he did?
What did it say?
Hey yo,
what's it say?
Based on the true stories, reportedly struggling commercially, selling 268 copies in the UK and missing the Billboard 200 in the US.
It don't say how many copies though. 200 and something in the UK.
That's crazy.
268.
Yo.
36 digital downloads reported in the UK.
Yeah, why are you looking at UK shit?
Because this is what it's telling me.
That's unfortunate.
What's up with America, though? I want to know how many he sold. My nigga. One voice questions, who the fuck Will Smith think he is? Hey, yo. Yeah, my nigga, I think you sold more than 268 copies in the UK.
Yeah, all it's saying is the first project of his career to not make it on the Billboard 200. And then it says, additionally, it reportedly sold under 300 in the UK. Like, why didn't I say what he sold in the US, yo? Still, yeah, like the fucking post. Reportedly struggling commercially, sold just 268 copies in the UK. All right, well,
all right, so let's
safe to say
let's triple that for the youth.
It's safe to say that I lost the bet. I can concede defeat, but what I will not is you can go. Yo, nigga, yo, stop coughing.
There's a lot of gas going on.
I can tell. Welcome, and what episode are we on, Fleas?
Episode 235.
Episode 235 of the podcast. I am Scoop, here with the homies, Miguelito, McFly.
Nigga, I sold more than 300 units and I don't even rap.
My brother Truth ain't never ever told a lie.
That's cap already.
He sold more than 300 units.
Shout out to Soda Don Dada, man. She out on PTO.
She didn't sell more than 300 units.
Yo, man. So yeah, I mean, I kind of.
We just gonna start podding right now.
Entered midstream.
Yo, hey, yo.
What?
That's crazy.
You be cross the streams?
Like Ghostbusters?
Hey, yo.
They never cross a stream. If they did, it can cause like a nuclear.
Not nuclear.
Reaction. What you gonna say? Nuclear?
It's not new. It has nothing to do with nuclear.
Are you sure?
Nuclear? Nope.
You're not sure?
No, I'm sure. It had something to do with ghost energies.
Nah.
Yeah, they couldn't cross the streams because then.
What they gotta do with ghosts? If the streams don't come from ghosts,
because it would let the ghosts out. Nah, that was the little box.
Little box. Listen,
the box that captured the ghosts.
Look. I'll say this, man. You are very learned. Listen. You are very learned, and you be knowing mad shit, right? But you don't know more about Ghostbusters than I do, yo.
Oh no, I know. I'm not a geek.
Let me see. Why can't they cross the streams on Ghostbusters?
Because then the Griselda album won't come out.
Don't say that. Let me see on Ghostbusters.
Is that your stomach bowling? I know if it was you or Truth. There's only 2 or 3 of us up here.
It was your stomach, nigga.
Nah.
It can lead to total protonic reversal.
Protonic.
A catastrophic event where all life stops instantaneously and every molecule in a person's body explodes at the speed of light. Essentially, crossing streams is a dangerous and potentially fatal process in the Ghostbusters universe. But it's crazy though, because to defeat
Zord,
Gozer, they actually crossed streams.
Had to.
They combined.
They combined them. Yeah.
So 4 into 1. That's nasty work.
You ever did that before?
That's double P twice.
You ever did that before?
Nah. I never DP'd.
What's DD?
Nah.
You ever get hit with a DDP?
Nope.
You know what DDP is, right? Do you know what DDP is?
No, not at all. Wrestling moves.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Just stupid.
I don't know. You don't know about wrestling? You was outside selling fucking heroin, nigga.
No, I wasn't. Not when Ultimate Warrior was doing heroin.
You was a supplier.
I was selling them niggas coke.
Yo, selling the wrestlers coke. Whoever was doing that was getting paid. Yo, I was watching the
Was that Pablo Escobar?
R.I.P. to Randy Savage. It was an interview I was watching where he was talking about how much he didn't like Hulk Hogan.
In real life?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He was like, see, this is not a scripted thing we're talking about here. It's, we were acquaintances. We were never best friends. We were never even really friends. He would disrespect me, but he would never say it face to face. So what I said was, let's have the first ever real fight in wrestling.
The first ever.
Yo, that's what he said, yo.
I know some of them shits was real fights.
I mean,
no, I'm saying like some of them shits went left and niggas was like, nah, fuck that. I'm really about to hit this nigga. And
see, the problem with that is if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you could lose your job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or not get paid or whatever. So, no doubt. See, the thing that people don't understand is they think that it's choreographed. Like, it's completely choreographed. I don't believe that to be true.
But I don't think it's choreographed.
It's predetermined.
Yeah.
So they know, like, all right, boom, boom. And yeah, sometimes niggas go off script or whatever, but it's like, all right, but you know, once I do this move, then you go this, and then it's the finish, and then it's, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know, finish. But that's what they call it.
And that'd be more between the 2 wrestlers involved. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen them talk about wrestlers, you know.
Oh yeah, no.
Like backstage, they like you said, coming up with the script, like they already know who's supposed to win. Mm-hmm. And then I've heard like there's a couple Royal Rumbles where like the winner don't know. You know what I'm saying? To keep it fresh. The other people know who's supposed to win.
Yep.
But the person that's supposed to win doesn't necessarily know, so it could come across.
He's Jimmy Hart-esque.
Jimmy Hart.
Hey, listen.
He's an old ass nigga.
Jimmy Hart got like 3 or 4 hits that he produced.
Oh, I know.
Oh, word?
He produced most of them songs for the WWE.
The theme songs, yeah.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
And I think that Pile Driver, like I think he had something to do with producing that.
Yeah.
What's the Pile Driver? It's a song?
Yeah, Coco Beware. You don't remember he had a song called The Pile Driver?
I'm younger than you.
You wasn't really in the house, I guess.
I'm younger than you.
By like 3 years.
Yeah, that was 80s, like, for real.
You don't remember Junkyard Dog?
I remember these wrestlers, but I don't remember some of the details that you're talking about. Like, I remember, like, Coco Beware.
Junkyard Dog?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I did the knowledge,
Iron
too.
Sheik.
Yeah. I know wrestlers that was out before I was born, but it was like, you know, to experience them in real time, pause.
You had the Iron Sheik boots? Nah. With the curl in the front?
Nah. I started watching wrestling, like, for real, probably, like 88, 89.
All right. SummerSlam.
Yeah, like, well, there was SummerSlam before that, but
no, I mean like the ones everybody remembers.
Yeah, like Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. You know what I mean, all that shit. That's like my earliest memories. But then, you know, into the 90s and all that shit, like I was still.
The only thing I hated was the fringe boots. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I hated that.
Why?
Because there's just too much shit going on. Fringes. Why did they tape their wrists up like that?
To hide the razor blades that they was going to use to.
For real?
No, I don't know.
Nah, I used to think it was to make veins pop out or some shit.
It could have been.
And then they would have like
or they put the shit around they shit too.
All their fingers taken.
Yeah, that was
only
like
Ultimate Warrior did that.
Yeah, a few of them did.
No, I thought Lex had some shit.
Yeah, a few of them did that shit. Oh, hold up. What? All right. What do they call making yourself bleed in wrestling? Like, what do they call that?
Y'all definitely don't know.
Spooning.
Getting color. Like, yeah, he got some. He got color at this part. Like, yeah, niggas cutting themselves with blades and shit.
He was calling each other colored. Is what
That's what he was really doing. They was like, you look like one of them.
Flair.
Them hardy R's.
Flair was famous for that.
Oh man,
yo, I ain't gonna name no names, but boy, I work with. One time he said he went to I think it was like the jug handle, and it said no colors on the door. And this nigga told his man, like, yo, y'all think you can go in there? No way. Yeah. He's like, yo, that means like no vests, no motorcycle club. He was like, oh.
Yo, call him right now, yo.
Nah, I'm embellishing a little bit.
Yeah,
but it was something along them lines.
Yo, man, that sounds like a real story though. You got me.
I ain't mentioning no names. He just works with me.
Yeah. His name is so TK.
Yeah, he on the run for real now.
Yeah, doing the dash, hitting the race. So TK got sentenced to 80 years, man, for murder. He was already down for 50 years or some shit, right?
Yeah, he been down for like what 8 years.
Yeah, but he was sentenced to 50 for the other one. It was
how long he been going through this trial? It's been a minute, right? Since before COVID,
like 6 years, like 2019, I think. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think it happened in 2017, like the crime, and then he was on the run for like 2 years or some shit.
Melly too, right? YMW Melly. That was like the same round.
Around the same time. Yeah. That sounded about right. But yeah,
I mean, it was fucked up. You seen what I sent you?
Yeah.
His shorty testified against him and pointed him out in court
through tears, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, you just supposed to. She wasn't on trial for shit, so she should.
All right. Explain to me. Then why would she do that?
Because they didn't put pressure on you.
Yeah, it make her believe
they were gonna tell. They probably told her that if she didn't testify, they was gonna charge her with not complete. What's that? Yeah, conspiracy.
Oh, conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Yeah.
Because
if you know about it,
so my people's how they end up having to turn themselves in is the police went to their mom's house and found one of his shirts. And basically was like, it's an article of clothing here. We're going to charge you with aiding and abetting a fugitive unless you, cooperate with us. Get him to turn himself in. And at that point, you know what I'm saying, they like, shit. He like, dog, I got to turn myself in because I ain't going to do that to my mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's the kind of dirty shit that they be playing. Put some pressure on you.
Motherfuckers don't be knowing their rights and don't be really knowing the law, and they just.
Or you really you caught up in some minor shit, but you can't afford, you know what I'm saying, to get locked up for 8 months on some minor bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That'll fuck your whole situation up. So
that shit was crazy, man. I mean, just to see the sheer emotion, because it's like, she didn't want to do that. Like, she didn't want to do, even though people do what they want to do, right? So she did what she felt that she had to do for whatever reason was put in front of her. And I'm not trying to throw her no bail or make no excuses, but it's just a fucked up system that we have, and the way this shit is set up, like using that type of shit to really put the nail in the coffin. But
I mean, keep it real. Like, I know I talk a lot of shit and all that, but somebody still lost their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody did it. Somebody made him lose his life. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up. You don't want to see young, whatever color they are, you don't want to see young kids go to jail. But
when you was a kid,
yeah,
when all that shit was happening, he was like 17. Like, he was young. I mean, he's still young, but back then, especially, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a shame that, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got to pay the consequences for it.
Yeah, man. But, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. Because, it's like when there's a murder, a lot of times there's two lives that are lost.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody goes down for it, you know what I mean? So
just like people be saying free him, like the person that lost, they got a family too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they be saying fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying?
But see, you know what though? That's why to me I feel like it would be easier for someone who was on the other side to testify against the nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get somebody that's on, you know what I mean? Like your ally.
But keep it real, like I don't know the details of this case, but it seems like she had something to do with it. Like either she was in the car when it happened, because she's telling, like they asked
who did this and who did that. Like she was there.
She had to be in the car, and who's to say that she wasn't driving? So they was like, yo, if you don't testify against, we gonna charge you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gonna get 25 years.
Yeah, I ain't think about that. You right. Yeah, because she had to have been there to tell them the detail that she gave.
Man, one of my OGs was the driver, and the motherfucker robbed some shit and killed somebody. That nigga did time over that shit. Like, like they treated him like he was in there with it.
Bro, something could happen. God forbid, something could happen with us, and one of us shoot somebody. You know
Who telling first though? Scoop telling.
Yo, don't do that.
But not regardless of all that, whoever shot, they don't give a fuck. They gonna be like, yo, even though he shot, not even that. Let me rewind. So, like, I know none of us would, but say you rob somebody, that dude struggle or whatever, he end up dying. We get in charge with murder because if you wouldn't have tried to rob him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll get charged with the robbery and murder. We gonna get charged with murder because we was there and we didn't stop you or do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll get conspiracy or, you know what I'm saying? What is it, aiding and abetting or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
if you don't tell. And that's because what happens, even with like drug shit, if they find some drugs in the car and everybody say it's not theirs, then they're gonna try to charge all of y'all with the shit.
They ain't gonna try.
They're gonna try. Because like, you know, I was in a situation where they separated niggas and they was like, yo, you know it wasn't yours. Tell us who was your friends. And I was
niggas
like,
still locked up, right?
Nah, I ain't tell.
Nah, cause you told.
Nah, I didn't tell. Don't do that. But my man's was, you know, stand up nigga and was like, yo, it was my shit. You feel me? And I mean, it wasn't nothing.
I'm be like designer. That's my shit. That's my shit.
That's my bitch. It's my brick. Yeah, nah.
I'm like, that's school shit. That's school shit.
Nah, it wasn't nothing crazy. I mean,
that's true shit.
It wasn't no jail time that came out of it, but it was, you know.
I'll tell you where Scoop stash is right now if y'all let me go.
Scoop don't got no stash.
It's in his Bucci cat. In his Dunder cat. Even got a little midget cat.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Look, but prayers out to the victims' families, and also the TK's family. You know, it's unfortunate. You just you know, people can make decisions in a split second that could change the future.
Everybody.
For multiple people.
Yeah.
And you know, I just hope that people that are fans of his or that are hip to the story will use that.
But
as a
see,
lesson.
like that's the energy behind all of that shit, because that's why people was fucking with him.
Oh yeah, this song was the race. He was on the run,
right?
Yeah,
because they knew what he was saying. Like I don't know,
that was the beginning of telling on yourself. Not the beginning, but
not beginning, but one of the
one of the major ones.
And I'm glad we circle back to that, because that's where my mind was going. It's like the beginning of the game was rapping about what you were no longer doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like niggas not implicating themselves in their like this
statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or even I'm currently doing this and I'm mocking these days. Motherfuckers really still be doing the same shit that they rapping about. It's kind of crazy to me, because I was watching some shit the other day and the sheriff was like, yeah, it's a catchy tune too. Like, yeah, but we just listened to you name 10 murders in this song. You just named 10 murders that are unsolved so you helping us.
Remember we was talking about, well, Dan, it's crazy. This actually goes to another topic. But anyway, we was talking about as rappers, as writers, right? And I think you said your cousin or somebody was telling you like, yeah, you know, just go out and live life a little bit. You'll have more shit to rap about, right? That's what these niggas think they doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of these niggas is rappers, but they're in the environment where a lot of this shit is happening.
That's all they see.
And they like, all right, boom, if I, I can't get on the track and cap and say that I smoked this nigga or I did da da da. So I gotta actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, in order for me to rap about it, for people to respect me and fear me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like it's like, what came first, chicken or the egg? It's like, would you have been like this if you wasn't rapping? Or would you not be rapping if you wasn't like this? Like, which one is it? But at the end of the day, they not lying. And it's entertainment. But like you said, back in the day, it was like niggas was talking about shit that they used to do, shit that they saw. Yeah. That's why
reporting live from the streets.
I always talk about Eminem, where he made the reference to how parents were trying to boycott him and shit and say that he was making violent music. And he was like, and meanwhile, your kids are watching this Schwarzenegger movie while you're shooting all sorts of these motherfuckers with a Uzi. And I even saw 21 Savage make reference to some shit like that, where he was like, nah, like I'm an actor. I'm Denzel Washington, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Don't look at the music that I make and say, oh, you're committing these crimes. I'm painting a picture. But
these niggas painting the town red. It's eerie, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Especially after what happened to him.
Yeah. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the police had this nigga for a certain amount of bodies. They just didn't have witnesses.
You talking about YBC Duel?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew that he was responsible for at least a couple shootings, you know what I'm saying? If not murders, you know what I'm saying? And they just didn't have enough evidence against him. It was only a matter of time for the law caught up to him. But, bro, his music was eerie as hell because you hear him talk about shit and then you read, oh, that's like
King Von, same shit. King Von, word up.
And it was scary about King Von because, bro, he was so like. I seen an interview where, you know what I'm saying, it was implicated or alleged that he killed that girl, that little dyke John that was killing everybody in Chicago, and that was one. And the way he used to troll her, like, oh, I want that to be my girl. You know what I'm saying, she's sexy, blah blah blah. Like, bro, he would take that shit to a level where you like.
It's almost like he's emotionless.
Yeah, and that's what
heartless.
My nigga, that cold. That's what made him scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's people out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's niggas out here that they'll shoot at you. You know what I'm saying? They might hit you, but they gonna have nightmares about it and all that shit. Then there's niggas that's gonna hit you and go out to eat right after. You know what I'm saying?
They living their life like the life of a villain.
Yeah, like,
and that's funny because we was talking about that at work because I really don't feel, I don't believe in karma for that reason. Karma is just energy that you bring to yourself. I know motherfuckers on both sides. I got a homie that's on Belushi because he got so many bodies. That's the only way he could function through a normal day. Is he got Belushi is, right?
No.
Is heroin, cocaine mix.
Oh, Belushi, like
John Belushi.
Yeah.
That's how he got to function. He got to do that at least once a day, and then when he snap out of it, he just a regular ass nigga
because he
did so much shit. Then I got another homie that got a body. That nigga walk around smiling and happy. To him. Like, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like you do some shit, and like you said, you had nightmares about it. You dwell on it, or you do some shit and it don't affect you. You just keep on going. If you just keep on going, that energy it's never gonna catch up to you. Some of the wickedest motherfuckers on the face of the earth live to they 80, 90 years old. Like,
but in some cases, Vaughn,
yeah,
catch up to you.
Duel.
Yeah. It might not happen like now. It might not happen, and it doesn't always mean you gonna die. You might lose somebody close to you. You know what I'm saying? You might lose a child. You might lose. You know what I'm saying, like something.
And then your homeboy that's doing the Belushis every day. He's tortured. That, to me, that's a form of karma too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to challenge your beliefs, you know what I'm saying? But
No, I'm saying because he dwells on that energy.
Mm-hmm.
But then the person that doesn't dwell on the energy is never going to come to you because the universe going to give you what you are attracting. So if you can do this shit and you're not attracting that energy, you just gonna keep going about your life. Like, it's the super rich billionaire people on the face of this earth are some of the most wicked people because they know how they got their money is destroying millions of people, but they sleep like babies. They die when they 95 years old.
Yeah, it's to be able to trick your mind. It's to be strong enough to trick your mind to, like you said, not dwell on that stuff, therefore not attracting it. Because I believe in that too. I never thought about it from that perspective. It's interesting. It's a different podcast.
Right.
Truth, like, yo, you would kill it on social media. Just you know what I mean? Every day just having like some type of deep Like,
hey, what's so crazy? I was at work the other day, and motherfucker was like, "Man, you should have been a teacher." And I'm like, "Nigga, I am a teacher because I'm you know what I'm saying."
You teach him,
but yo,
you should.
You wasn't talking about us. You talking about the niggas at work.
In general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's funny because like again, that was part of the motivation for me to want to start the podcast was conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like just having a conversation, but mostly with younger, because I feel like we're talking to a lot of younger people. You know what I mean? In general. So, but anyway, so the other side of the coin, because we talking about TK and you know his crash out led to potentially, you know, or his alleged crash out led to 80 years, you know, plus life in jail. Kodak, man, I want to show some love to Kodak because we was talking about what everybody's been talking about, how he been looking and how it doesn't look good. I think on here I said that it would be cool if the nigga got clean and decided to use his platform as a way to get other people clean or to, you know, and now I have no evidence to say that he's gotten clean. Let me not say that. But there was a report that he's doing something very positive for his community. He paid the rent for 200 people in the Jacks. You feel me? In Florida.
It's like $30 a person.
It's still, it's not the amount of money.
Nah, you right.
It's a gesture. You feel me? Because if that's the case, you could do it. Right?
I mean,
200 times 30.
$600.
No, 200 times 30?
Oh, 6,000.
They got Klarna?
Nah, but listen, you know.
Together we could.
I've, you know, done it in the past,
like 6,000.
you know.
Well, you pay rent? I mean, we all pay somebody rent.
Pay some rent a little here and there.
Nah, you pay a lot of people rent.
Not people.
Who?
Single moms.
You doing that?
Not now.
Hey, single mothers out there.
No. I'm talking about when I was in Sin City.
So what
when
we're
I was
doing?
in Sin City.
So we're actually starting a fund. It's going to be financed by Michael.
No, it's not. They take Afterpay.
They take Benjamin Franklin bills.
I'm Benjamin Button. I can't help you.
It's going the other way.
Yeah,
it's going to you paying me.
Yeah.
Hey,
look, he doing Illuminati shit.
He letting them know, like, yo, I don't.
Not I.
Not I.
Talking with a third eye.
Hey, but it's so crazy because when I read that in the group chat, I actually saw another post about Kodak, and it was saying how he was on Aiden Ross and like everybody fucked up Aiden Ross' crib, and Kodak was like the only nigga that was like actually trying to help clean up, like really, you know what I'm saying?
He seemed like one of them kind of niggas though.
But I think when his mind gets clarity,
yeah,
he's a really, really solid nigga. You know what I'm saying? He a young hood nigga, but he a really solid person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
I don't be understanding what he be saying.
But you every now and then you do encounter, I was gonna say run into, come across, you encounter somebody that's like that. You know, it's real shit. The nigga 90. You know what I'm saying? Seen a nigga in a minute, right? Don't know the nigga well at all. Shout out to 90. You know what I'm saying? For Piranha School. Anytime he would be here at the pod and shit, he would always be trying to help out. He always trying to like clean up and you know what I mean? Like move shit. Like, and it'd be other niggas that might be here more and wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just like the character of certain people, they just like that. They're just natural help. Like, I'm not as much like that as I would like to be type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I look at that shit, I'm like, damn, I didn't think, you know what I mean? Some niggas, they mind is automatically like to be helpful, you know, and I salute that shit. But yeah, Kodak, he does strike me as like that type of person.
That's dope. I think, I mean, I was playing around about the money and shit, but it don't matter if this shit was $40 for everybody. The fact that he was willing to do it, that's definitely what's up. Because
look, the $40, if they not paying it, they ain't got the $40. You feel me? So $40 to them is for 40 bands. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? To another nigga. So like to me, those are the best kind of gestures, yo. When you do something, when you're in a position to do something for somebody and it doesn't take a lot for you to do it, but to them, it's the world.
It's the world, right?
Like, those to me are the best kind of, because it's like, there's mad shit like that that's going on every day that we all could be doing, right? And we're not. You know what I'm saying? Some shit we are, some shit we not, right? But it's like, because it's people that need shit and we're not even thinking about it. You You know what I mean? We have our basic necessities and some luxuries. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, right.
And some people don't even have basic necessities.
People take that for granted.
It's easy
the back to school cuts, you know what I'm saying? The free little cuts for the youngest.
I told you, that's why my back fucked up now. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you do?
Shout outs to my boy Twan and On the Go Mobile.
On the Go
Mobile oil change and detailing services. So
my nigga Twan.
Bro was telling me, you know what I'm saying, we was chopping it up one day and shit, and bro was telling me, yeah, I'm doing this event, you know what I'm saying, to give back to the community. And we was on 63rd and Lindbergh, in Southwest. And my boy told me that he was like, yeah, we donating oil changes and car washes to the elderly and single moms. And you know what I'm saying, he had planted the seed like earlier, like maybe earlier in the month, and then the weekend came up this weekend. He was like, yeah, one of my guys couldn't make it and blah blah blah. I was like, bro, I'll come help out. He's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a Sunday, I ain't doing shit. So, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we went out there and he changed oil for a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, people that needed it, and we washed their cars for him, and I helped out and fucked my back up. But it was all for a good cause and for a good reason. And you know what I'm saying, like, I just wanted to help. My bro has a business, and I wanted to help his business. You know what I'm saying? Because all in all, yeah, he was helping people, but at the same time, he was, you know what I'm saying, trying to get exposure. You know what I'm saying? Like, put his business out to people who don't know about it locally. You know what I'm saying? Like, people locally know about it.
It was a bikini car wash?
Nah, I didn't know bikini.
That nigga was in a Speedo.
Hold on, you was topless?
You wanted to pull up?
I thought you probably was like, wash this.
No, not at all.
No, he was playing a new Will Smith album.
Yeah, we was in Philly.
Oh, where? Shout out to Will Smith.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, and damn, I wish I remember the homeboy name. It's a dude.
John.
Nah, it's a dude that
Carl.
be in Philly and
Robert.
he be doing this come on Philly, come on Philly, come on Philly.
Joe.
No. But you know what I'm saying, I fuck with his movement because they trying to empower the youth and like.
Wait, hold on. You do what with his what?
I fuck with his movement, pause.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the movement, pause, because he's trying to help the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, get on some positive shit, because we was just talking about how fucked up Philly is with all the violence and shit. So they need more role models. They need to see people like Twan, like me, like you, like us, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that they could kind of relate to that aren't so much old heads, but still old heads, see them doing something positive, and it's not going to change all of them, but it might change one of them.
Right.
Nah, I support that 100%, man.
Yeah.
Word up. When you are, you know, an older person that thinks a certain way, but still can relate to the youth, you know, by style, fashion, language,
Sports.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever it is, man. I definitely encourage people to just be around, talk. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you never know who's like looking up to you and wants to model themselves after you.
That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Niggas our age don't realize that somebody, they like, oh, these young boys, they wild. My nigga, it's because we don't talk to them.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
You scared to talk to them, and they scared
We
to
the
talk
old
to you.
heads.
Yeah, like
It's us.
my nigga, I know when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure when y'all was younger, there was a couple old heads that were like, yo, chill out, you doing too much.
You was my old head.
Sometimes. But seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like, all it takes is, you know what I'm saying, talk to a nigga. And my nigga, I witnessed it that day. It was some young boys going to play at the park, and that's what the homeboy I'm talking about that does the Come On Philly shit. He tries to, like, he sets up, I guess not marches, but like parades where they, like, it's people from the community and they go to the park and they clean up all the shit around the park so the kids can play there. If the park's fucked up, he tries to get people to donate money so they could fix the pavement or put new swings in it. So a couple young boys, YNs, was walking down the street. They see us out there. They're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They was talking crazy a little bit. My nigga walked up to the young nigga, put his arm around him. He's like, what's up? What's so crazy? He's like, you want to get rich too? You want to be on your, you know what I'm saying, be on your shit and not be out here doing this dumb shit? And my nigga, in the middle of all that, he pulled him off to the side. By the time the shit was over, they got each other's numbers and shit. Mm-hmm. He got the other young boys that like, yo, we gonna do a basketball tournament or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all it takes, my nigga. Like,
I mean, to keep it all the way real, dog, it's like, nobody want to be in this shit. We don't want to be where we at, dog. Like, we there because that's where we was born. And we all trying to, at one point, we all trying to escape. You know what I'm saying? That's why we rap. Even my character itself, as a rapper, that's what it is. It's the perspective of, I know I can't I know I can't save everybody, but if I can save a certain type of person, that's specifically who I'm rapping to. A nigga that wants to escape but don't know how. So I'm trying to give you the blueprint of how I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's what it is. None of us want this poverty shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what the culture really is. It's really a culture of poverty. None of us want that shit. And
of getting out of it.
Right. And all art forms is just an expression of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like varying degrees. Are you still stuck in that and you rapping about that? Or is you already escaped and you rapping like...
So, I mean, it's funny because I feel like everything we're saying, or a lot of things we're saying is like going towards this topic of, because I wanted to expound on it.
Pause, what?
Expound upon it. So Wale was talking about how...
Again?
Yeah, this is a different story. But yeah, Wale was saying how years ago he had an issue. He had some writer's block. And he reached out to J. Cole, or I guess was talking to J. Cole about it. And J. Cole gave him some pointers on how to overcome writer's block. And then shortly after that, they did a song together. It's like 2018. I just thought it was dope that someone who was respected and regarded on that level of Wale even spoke about the idea of writer's block. And I just wanted to kind of talk to y'all about, you know, any time that you've had writer's block or creative block in any way, what are your experiences like that? Okay. Start with you.
I definitely get producer's block. You listen to, like, when I be having my sessions where I let people listen to beats that I made or whatever, you could hear where I was like off my shit a little bit, pause, and then when I was really into what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can...
In the pocket.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like 5 or 6 joints. I'll be like, what the fuck was I thinking? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas like, nah, that might not be the one. But then this one. Maybe not this one. It'll be like 8, 9, 10 joints. The other night I was in here, niggas was like, damn, this nigga played 12, you know what I'm saying?
So wait, so you typically when you're playing your beats, you're playing them in the order in which they were created, kind of? So there'll be like a time period where they was like this, and then there's a time period where they was like that.
It's literally like I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. Like, you could see where, you know, like you could almost feel what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was really having a good, like, I might have told you I hit FanDuel, you know what I'm saying? 12 beats, crazy. Then I told you, my son, blah, 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 whatever. And then 4 beats, you're like,
So if you're not, so you're saying if you're sad, the beats ain't coming out good?
I ain't gonna say that, because sometimes I've been sad and beats came out crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, so the topic was about, like, writer's block or producer's block. So when I get producer's block, I keep making more, and that's what happens. I'm just try to flush shit out just to get the bullshit out, so I get the, you know what I'm saying, make room for the good shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's what ends up happening.
Trying to get the
appreciate it. That's what ends up happening.
That's how we pay each other on this podcast. Mario coins. Nah, so
wait, we don't pay each other.
I don't get paid at all.
That's how I pay these niggas. That's how I pay these niggas.
I ain't getting paid.
What you say? When that's the coins that we get?
Yeah, that's the coin.
You about to hear them coins when I hit you? It's somebody rings, nigga.
That's the money we make. Nah, so I think that's dope. I think that's really good info though, because especially from a producer standpoint, you know, when you're trying to make beats and you're like, you're not really coming together or sounding like you want them to sound, and you're like, let me just make a bunch of beats until I get to that wave. And then, but the question I have about that, do you know, like, if you're making beats at nighttime, because typically you're probably making beats at night.
Some majority is.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know the shits, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas, we be chilling, smoking, whatever. You're making beats at night. Do you know then that this ain't it? Or is it when you listen to it the next day?
Sometimes it's not. Yeah. Sometimes on the spot, like, I'll get into like 6, 7 tracks, like split tracks or whatever, and it'll be instruments, and I'll be like, this ain't it, and I'll save it just because you never know, and put it away, and then start another one, and then that one I'm like, that ain't it neither. Save it, put it away. Then the next one I'll be like, oh shit, that might be one. You know what I'm saying? And I'll work on that one for a little bit before I save it and put it away. Like, I keep changing shit.
You don't trash them ever? Delete?
once in a while, not often, because I learned my lesson. Fucking with Merc. Shout outs to Merc.
If fuck around and be something.
Save everything, because it might be, you know what I'm saying, a certain hi-hat that you play, or a certain, you know what I'm saying, percussion or something.
Another producer or someone here collab. Let me get that, how you chop that sample or whatever.
I've taken some of those and rendered them and sampled those to make other beats. You know what I'm saying? It might be like literally 2-3 tracks of, you know what I'm saying, a melody, a snare, and maybe like some other percussion or something. And I'll just be like, you know what? I'll save that. And later I'll hear it. I'm like, you know what? Let me render this 8 bars. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll slow it down or speed it up, pause, and chop it up. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh shit, that was crazy. It sounded like something I sampled from a record. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I learned my lesson with producers. Never try not to delete shit. You know what I'm saying? Just save it for later or something.
So what I'm gathering from what Mike's saying is, you know, essentially though, is he keeps creating to get himself out of that
funk.
Yeah, funk, exactly, of the shit that don't sound good. Truth. So, because you produce and you rap.
Right.
Nah, he just produces.
So what, you know, what do you have to add to the conversation?
From a producer standpoint, you know, I second a lot of the stuff that he said. With me, I'm conscious of like the creative energy. So I want to be creative, but I have to just understand what, I guess, what's going to be most productive. So there's certain times where I'm just making music as far as beats. Sometimes I'm just writing, and sometimes I'm just audio engineering. It just depends on where I'm at and what I'm really being good at that moment. So will
you move from one to the other if this one's not clicking?
I have like a set schedule, but I don't adhere to it strictly. So I make beats, I write, I record, I mix, and I have a loop of that in general.
Yeah, that sounds like the flow.
Right.
Yeah.
But I always make beats and write. But I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm supposed to write right now, so I'm about to force myself to write a song, or I'm supposed to be making beats right now, I'm about to force myself to make beats. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one way.
Is this a schedule as far as, I'm not trying to cut you off, but just to understand, is this a schedule based off of like days? Like
no, every day. I'm gonna be creative every day.
So this particular day's session is for making beats.
Yeah.
And this particular day's session is for writing. You told me you don't necessarily always adhere to it. Right. But that's how you schedule it.
Right. So that's how I schedule it. So but if I sit down and I turn the beat on, I'm like, damn, that shit hard. I'm about to write. I'll write. I'll channel the energy where the energy's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always conscious of the product itself. So like Mikey said, I will record some shit, I'll write some shit, I will interact with that creativity, and then come back at a later date to see how I actually feel about it. But then some shit is organic, and it happened like in 30 minutes. I done made the beat and recorded the shit in 30 minutes.
You gonna stop it.
Right, yeah. But I'm conscious of like you were saying, like, this really not it. But I've learned to understand the difference between a beat that I don't necessarily like, but is of a certain quality, versus a beat that it ain't. Yeah.
Bro, I done played some of them, and niggas like, yo, go back. I start playing it, and I'm like, oh, nah, that ain't nothing. They're like, no, put that back on. Next thing I know, these niggas in here.
It's a whole song.
Yeah,
right. Like, versus what I have, particularly what I've found is good to my ear, is different than, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of us making an album is.
So what about writer's block though? We haven't spoken about that. What about when you get to a point where any kind of creative block?
I'm not writing. Writing, no. Beat making, yes. Writing, I'm writer's block. I'm not writing.
How do you know that you have writer's block?
Because the shit I'm coming up with is trash.
You don't like it.
And I know when I'm really in my pocket, that shit is done in like 30 minutes. Because I'm like, oh yeah. I'm putting it.
So the time thing, if you spend a certain amount of time.
Well, if I'm trying too hard, it should just be, because it's from the ether to manifestation. It's from the ether to manifestation, and the longer it's taking me,
bruh.
The longer it's taking me.
His explanation way better than yours.
Don't do that. But I know y'all know what I'm saying, because it's a whole thing about like what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling as a possibility versus what I could actually manifest in a physical form. So it's like the closer I get to that, and it really is just the quicker that I'm doing it. And you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know your best shit versus some shit that somebody else will like. It's different. Shit. Right. No. But what you saying, like some beats that you didn't think that was dope and you played it for another nigga and he loved it versus some shit that you played and everybody just knows as soon as you play it, that shit dope. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes that shit could be a line, right? Like it could be like, well, you know, I don't make beats, but when it's, I have, but I don't. But when it comes to rapping, it could be like a line where it's like, this line is some shit that I would think is crazy. And then it's like, this line right here, I think is a little bit weak, but I think people would like this line. And I be sometimes trying to walk the line between like, do I keep that, John? Because my mind says to throw it away. But,
so how do you get over?
So you don't have writer's block.
Nah, I do.
You don't write.
I do. It don't matter. I write. I just don't write it on a physical form. But so hold on before I speak to that, because it was like so much that you said that I felt like was important. Just the whole like knowing when it's hitting versus when it's not. And I started to speak about, you know, having lines. So I give an example, like on the freestyle I did with Cell, on whatever that beat was. That was the it was a freestyle. Was
Pee Wee Herman?
Huh?
I said Pee Wee Herman. That's
Rockefeller shit.
Yeah. See, yeah, I did it. And
get your shit rock on like I see rock on, and I'm extra scary.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So there's a line on there where I said, "You lied for 12 years. That's that cap and gown." That was a line I had on there, right? And when I wrote that in my head, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. Like, it just seemed like it was like low hanging fruit almost, right? Because I was like, you know, because again, there were so many. Well, low hanging fruit is crazy. There was there were so many intricacies in that verse of things that, you know what I'm saying? People ain't gonna necessarily like catch, right? You know, I said, my thoughts gather round till they land in the pockets next to the paraphernalia you haven't found. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thoughts land in pockets, like pockets in the beat, right? Next to the paraphernalia you haven't found. Cause I said, you couldn't get these patterns down if you pat me down. My thoughts gather round till they land in these pockets next to the paraphernalia you haven't found. You lied for 12 years. That's that cap and gown, right? So that, you know, patting pockets and you know, thoughts and shit, to me that was like deeper. It was like, you know, but then the live it was like me being more contemporary with my content. I kept it, and that ended up being the bar that everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I've learned to say, okay, like, my mind, I'm probably not going to come up with some total bullshit. It might not always be at the level that I think it should be at, but it's not going to be total. I mean, again, I throw lines away, but sometimes when they're on the fence like that,
we get those.
I'll keep it. What, the throwaways? So as far as writer's block, because I do, you know, I get writer's block. I'll be sitting there listening to beats and like nothing's clicking or whatever. Usually what I'll do is I'll listen to myself. I'll listen to some of my old raps. That's one technique, is listen to my old raps and remind myself that I got this shit, that I got it. Like, I listen to some shit that impresses me, and I'll be like, oh, nah, I got this shit. And then the other one is just drive around. I drive around and look at shit. Because most of the writing that I do, because I don't write nothing down, most of the writing I do is when I'm driving. I put an instrumental on, I'll go for a ride, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, whatever it is, I'll drive, and usually I'll come up with at least like 4 to 8. And if it is clicking,
do you just go?
I might get a 32 on a quick road trip, you feel me? But sometimes it might be like I'm working on some shit. And I drove to Philly and back. And on that trip, I came up with 8 bars. I'm okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's still 8 bars, and that's probably gonna be some fire for real. You know what I'm saying? Well, to me. So when the writer's block occurs, I'll like look at shit. I'll just be riding and be like, okay, there's a red car. That's a big house. That's a, you know, and consciously receive what I'm seeing and try to be influenced by it or literally say it. Literally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, look at the lines on the highway, and that's a line in my rap, and then come up with some type of punchline to connect those things. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm a punchline rapper, like, at my soul. I mean, I got other
she not here.
techniques.
She's not here.
Soul. Shout out to Soul. I got other techniques and other things I do, but a lot of shit starts with, you know, punchlines. You know what I'm saying? Relating something to something else. So yeah, like, but yo, anyone that's a creative, anyone that's why I tip my hat to y'all, because y'all make beats, and I know that's like another level of, I can't really relate to that part of it, but any creative that's having difficulty creating, I just think that the advice that I would give you is to remember that you that nigga. Remember that you that nigga. And because what has occurred with me is I'll wonder if I lost it. Like, not realistically, but just for that split second of doubt. That split second when I'm trying to write smoking weed, right? I don't smoke weed. Occasionally I will. There was a time where I smoked so much weed, now I'm good. Especially not now. There's a time where I used to smoke so much weed where I thought I couldn't create if I wasn't smoking weed. That was part of my process.
Right.
Get to the studio, roll up. You know what I mean? Right. It was always that.
Right. So
when I smoked weed like that, I would never write if I wasn't smoking. Never. So when I stopped smoking, I was like, damn, like, can I still do this shit? Right. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, of course, in my opinion, I made some of my best shit. You feel me? Like, so
hold on. Since we on the topic, would y'all be surprised if I told y'all that after Sunday I'm chilling on weed?
Hell yeah, I'd be surprised.
Next week on the podcast, I won't be smoking.
Okay, that is the craziest shit I've heard in 2025. Word up.
I'm gonna give it a chill.
All right, we gonna see.
But tonight
we doing acid, nigga.
A little more than that.
What about the other drugs? Are you gonna quit the other drugs too?
Hell no. Okay. I'm just talking about weed.
Sweet.
Yo, all right. Well, anyway, I was gonna say something, but we'll talk about it off camera. Just about the weed shit. It's nothing crazy. It's just not for them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
I don't boof it or nothing. If you was gonna ask me that,
I was gonna ask. It smells like it.
Said this was some endo.
He smell like some outdoor.
He cook with matches.
Yo, cook what?
Spoons.
Yo, so what? Any new music you been listening to?
Music.
Any new music? Glorilla say, I'm curming. I'm finna curm.
I'm about to curm.
I'm finna curm, nigga.
Yeah.
Keep doing that shit.
Don't move.
Don't move. Don't move. I'm finna curm. Oh man, yo, Glorilla, we want to interview you. No disrespect.
Yo, bitch, where you at? I'm curming.
But any new music? What you listen to?
Oh man, I can't even really say I'm listening to anything new.
Word?
Nah.
I mean, because I know what me and Mike been listening to. Amir Ali.
Oh yeah, that. But
I mean, I wasn't asking for you to go into your
no.
archives.
I had to make sure.
I was just using this as a segue to talk about Amir Ali.
Yeah, I've been listening. Skrilla got a new album too.
Shout out to Skrilla. Have you heard of Amir Ali? Do you know who that is?
I ain't never seen it in the.
He be rapping about some pimp shit.
Nah, that's not him. Nah, he be rapping.
Nah, I think you might fuck with it.
Yeah,
but
I think
yo, he's special though.
Yeah,
he's special, man. I mean, I don't think you're not gonna fuck with it as much as you fuck with some pimp shit. But I think, like, as you know, the wordsmith,
to put it in perspective for you. Yeah, nah, it's more word, a lot more words.
Oh, it's way wordier than the shit that Mike usually listens to.
No, so I told Scoop I compare him to Stove. They're not the same at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't compare them like But
very skillful.
I hold them at almost the same regard. You know what I'm saying? So you know how we feel about Stove.
Right. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm slightly surprised that Mike fucks with it as much as he does. I'm not, because of the content. Like, he do. It's that pain shit. It's that street shit. He's from Philly, but he's a lyrical miracle at the same time.
How he paints his.
He's
pictures.
a lyrical. Like, it's almost like me and Mike. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But it's like the street shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you could tell he's a learned nigga. Like, he's you know what I mean? He got some nerdiness to him, but he's just from a certain area and he rap the way he do. But his style. Shout out to Amir Ali, man. We want to interview you. For real, man, because he really got it.
I want to get you some beats.
High Street, the name of his album.
Even the Corday freestyle, I think one of y'all had posted that today.
Is it new Corday freestyle?
It wasn't new at all.
It wasn't me.
I didn't post it.
This shit was super old, but it was like, damn, I never fucked with him at all until this.
Damn, I didn't even see what you're talking about. It was in our group chat?
Maybe it
probably
wasn't. Maybe something else.
Yeah, I mean,
probably with your other friends.
Corday, you got other friends?
I have no other friends.
Yo, but Corday, nice. I mean, his album. I don't know if he has more than one album, but I know there was an album that I listened to of his, and I was like, it's cool, but like, he's cool. Like, he's not like Amir Ali. To me, is one of them niggas. Where I hear him, I'm like, he got it. Corday is like, he nice, he cool, but. Nah, Amir Ali freestyles, like the freestyles he got on his Instagram is crazy. And
I said this nigga his album. I'm like, yo, you gotta listen to this. And for 2-3 days straight, I'm like, yo, did you listen yet?
Yo, the nigga was calling me. He'll never call me. Niggas calling my phone and shit. I'm like, yo, what you doing? He's like, nah, I was calling to see if you listen to the album yet. I was like, damn, it's like
I knew that he will fuck with
it. Nah, and I do.
I should have sent it to you too, though.
Yeah. Yo, because like, and what I've learned about my like album like consumption is that I be real hype when somebody has like a run of songs in a row. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because of course, I mean, I like every song on there, at least like, right? But then it's that run where it's like, these is all fire. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, it's like from Please Don't Feed the Wolves, Blood of My Blood, The Time I Got Robbed, Cobb's Creek, and then the joint with him and OT The Real.
That's my shit.
Yo, and when the beat switches and it's just his shit, because it's like two songs on one track, and the first song is him and OT The Real, and the second song is just him. It's called Crown Gold. Yo, man, he's nice. Amir Ali, man, you got it. I think that, and then when I go to his page, you know, you be following people who are like below the radar, and then you'll see like in their likes, it be like niggas that you fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Fab. Like one of his joints. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, niggas is listening, so.
Millie's and I be seeing Millie's comment on a lot of people's shit. You know
but Millie's is also one of them niggas that's like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even OT, I be
seeing niggas you fuck with, though. People you fuck with.
I never, shout outs to him, but I never seen Stove put fire emojis on nobody.
Nah, never.
I don't think I ever seen, I seen Conway put shit under other people's shit.
I never seen Stove West. And West.
Benny,
definitely Benny. Benny, I think Benny like sells shit. Like they want to sell Jones. Benny liked it or something. But yeah, when you see that shit though, it's like when niggas is on a different level than you are liking and respecting it. I'm like, wow, that tells me you have potential to make it to a different level. You know what I'm saying? Because he's definitely dope. And it's not even just like the freestyles were dope, and then the album, these are songs. They got themes and you know, hooks and you know, shit like that. It's like, wow.
He ain't just rapping the rap.
Yeah. So I mean, this making me just think about a question. Like, so obviously, the majority of artists' first album is their best album.
Yeah.
All right. So then, do you wait until you get something that can rival that next album that may take 4, 5, 6 years, or do you
keep putting out work?
It depends on your contract. if you sign, it might depend on that. But see, I think that's the thing. I think it's like, you know, because traditionally, what you're talking is a traditional, you know, topic. And traditionally, niggas had record deals, and they were obligated to make another album for the next summer or whatever. And that second album, you know, they had the sophomore slump and all that. Then the third album might be tough. You know what I mean? Like, but I've seen exceptions. There's some people whose second album may not be better than their first, but it's strong too. You know what I mean? And if I did my research, I probably would discover that second album, there was at least a year in between.
Right.
At least. You know what I'm saying? it's tough though, man, because you know you gotta like like I said, traditional. Today, speaking on something we talked about last week and week before with the attention span of people, shit not lasting as long.
Microwave music.
Stay in power. So you almost have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't even want to listen to your whole album, let alone listen to your whole album for 3 years, you know? So, you know, but then it's like, what lane you in? Because you got a nigga like Saha who only put out one album. Or Stove.
Or you got niggas like Boldy that put out 8
Yeah.
albums in 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, but Boldy, he not in the same because the quality of his bars itself, you know what I'm saying? It ain't everything that hit, but the quality of his shit is that's not the same.
But I mean, but I'm saying he nice, right?
It ain't no bullshit.
No, but I'm saying what I'm saying is this. Okay, so you have those two ends of the spectrum, but then you also have the niche artist, and Boldy is a niche artist.
Mm-hmm.
Stove is a niche artist. Currency is a niche artist. Freddie Gibbs even. These are niche artists to where they've carved out a certain lane for themselves, and they don't push the boundaries past the lane that they understand that they work in. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to another artist who is pushing for mainstream and you just not hitting the mark because you haven't actually paid enough attention to the analytics to see what niggas actually like to then just keep recreating what niggas like. I think these artists,
Future.
we understand what people like, and it's just varying degrees of what people will like. Drake is the same kind of artist. It's just on a higher scale.
I mean,
because I can rapidly rap, but the money I make is making this music for these motherfuckers over here.
I mean,
that actually don't got nothing to do with the culture.
The only reason, my only take of disagreeing with that is the fact that Drake is a wave hopper and changes his style.
That's why I said Future, because
like Drake changes his style of rapping based off of what is popping.
Right, but the core of what he is and what he comes back to be is always, I can really out-rap you
more
niggas.
pork the core.
I ain't going to report it.
But I'm saying, but that's what it is, because that's why we still fuck with him, because we know actually, in all actuality, you can really get a lot of these niggas up out of here.
Yeah.
So we fuck with you on that end.
Yeah.
But the music that you make is geared towards your lane.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
And those really are the artists we like more.
Yeah.
It don't matter what genre of hip hop you doing.
Those are the artists we like more because we feel like they're making music for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I fuck with you and you're continuing to do the shit that I fuck with. So to me, it's almost like you're making music for me or my, group of niggas. Like y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas like some people, like you said, they're pushing for mainstream. They're trying to get away from us almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where these niggas is like, nah, Boldy James, I'm gonna make 1 million fucking albums. You know what I'm saying? If instead of trying to make 10 million off of one album, I'm gonna make 10 albums and make 1 million off of each album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, math. For real. So
you still fuck with Smiles and South Star?
I don't even remember their record, yo. I know who they are. I know they had that one song and it was like a thing, but I couldn't like.
It was like the rap Dalmatians to me.
I couldn't sing. Oh. Yo, the real black sheep. Yo, oh man, the rap Dalmatians. Yo. All right, man. So every week on the Watch This podcast, we add a song to our playlist. We have a playlist on Tidal. It is called the Watch This playlist. Yep. And I'm pretty sure it's not my turn.
I think it's my turn, honestly.
No, it's not you. You went the other week.
The other week. You went the other week.
You said Larry Jr.
Yeah, the first song on the Watch This playlist is Governor's Ball by Royce the 5'9".
Yeah, I wasn't here for that.
Look, Royce the 5'9", Conway, and West Side Gun.
Yeah, I wasn't
here. And I didn't pick that song.
Ovid.
Roddy, actually.
Okay.
Last week was Sugar by Nippa.
Yeah, that was Soul.
All right, before that was me. Who did Low Shimmy? That's you?
Yeah.
That's you then.
It was me. And it's crazy because I only listened to a snippet of it, but I've been listening to
Amir Ali? I feel you. That's what's up.
Shit all week. E40 got a new song.
E40 got a new song.
It's called Thangin'.
Thangin' in the Porty.
It's called what?
It's Thangin'.
Hold up. Let me preview this before I add it to the play. Let me see. E40.
It's a swinger song. Ain't no swinger rappers. Pause.
I'm sure it is.
It's called Thangin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's spelled exactly how it sounds.
And it's on stream. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's Thangin'. That's Too Short on that too.
If you was really ill, you'd put that pin in the E. Pause. In the E in error.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Nah, I think that's hard.
Nah, that's whack.
I think it's hard.
Now you done put a whole long
Pause.
side of your shirt.
He said he doubled down that it was hard.
Let's see. Yeah, it's hard.
Yo, look, when I was a kid, I used to think
You was never a
y'all
kid.
ever seen Chips?
Yeah.
You older than me.
California Highway Patrol. Remember when
Eric Estrada.
Remember when they put the badge in their shirt? I used to think that the pin went into your skin, like you taking the blood.
So then you tried that shit?
Nah, never. I ain't never put a badge on, my nigga. You was a safety. In high school.
I was not a safety.
Yes,
I was not a safety.
You had an orange belt.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Yo, I wasn't a
yeah.
safety, right? But yo, if you was a safety though, that's like a.
I
He's
got
across the
police,
guard,
you police.
I got
He's
suspended
across the
because
guard, nigga.
I was never none of that shit.
I
Yo,
ripped one because they tried to tell me sit down. I was
come
like,
on, man. Why you?
I'm being serious. as
Nah,
hell.
man.
I'm being
Don't
serious.
be
as hell.
fabricating.
No, I'm not. I got. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got receipts?
He got documentation.
Yeah. You got paperwork?
He got his detention notice.
Yeah. Yo. If y'all want me to fly to post his detention.
Nah,
Detention papers.
Tried to tell me sit down. I was like, I ain't having. I was like, you ain't nobody. The nigga was younger
Ain't
than me.
nobody.
The nigga was younger than me. I'm like, how you gonna tell me sit down? I ripped that shit smooth, badge and everything. Sit down.
I had a bitch that was a safety though. Yeah, Renee. I had a bitch named Renee that was a safety. I was in fourth grade.
Y'all used to neck in the back of the bus.
I don't even think we did nothing.
Neck.
I was in fourth grade.
They used to neck.
I was in fourth grade. I wasn't doing nothing with that bitch in fourth grade. Yeah,
I was finger popping in the fourth grade.
Nah, it's like sixth. It's probably when shit started getting a little real. But fourth,
I got caught humping in front of my building.
I had girlfriends though. I had girlfriends first grade, second grade. I had girlfriends. We wasn't doing that now.
I was 7. Me and this chick got caught humping in the bushes in front of our building. Got my ass whooped. Had my pants down. Got my ass whooped right there. Bad.
Mama
bad
McFly?
whoop. Nah, even worse. Neighbors.
Oh shit.
And then Mama McFly.
Oh, and you that old that your neighbors used to whoop your ass?
Yeah.
Nigga, you old as your neighbors.
My neighbors ain't there with my ass.
Because you wasn't outside.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I
They
guess
had
not.
permission to whoop my ass. I was out here.
Right.
I was outside, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
My people's ain't
I was
fucking
humping.
neighbors.
I ain't no insertion or nothing. I
No
didn't know what I was
insertion.
doing.
We know that.
You
Man.
We was just rubbing.
You just rubbing nubs.
It was like we was lesbians or some shit.
All right, I'm hitting the button.
Watch this.